Mama, 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 mama. Wherever you dey, mama, 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 make you pray for me, mama, 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 because we don't tire, mama, 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 we don't tire for this oppression, mama, 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 that's why we dey ask for solution, mama, 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 police dey kill us, oh, mama, 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 government dey burn us. So, mama, 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 mama. Now what thing we go do? Mama. Now we dey do. Mama. Cause if we not stand up, mama, nothing for tomorrow. Mama. What thing we go tell our pikin? Mama. Say we no fight, oh, for our right. Mama, 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 mama. Mama, mama, mama.
Fellow Sierra Leoneans, fellow Africans, it's really pathetic the way we see our nations, politicians are marginalizing the citizens, are depriving the citizens from their basic necessities. It is really disheartening for you to see politicians are living in luxury life while the ordinary citizens, they are drained down there. Fellow Africans, I want you to understand our politicians are living in luxury while we are living in poverty. We eat 1 time a day. They eat 3 times a day. We will walk under the rain, cool and hot burning sun, while they are lying under fan. We will be striving for better education, good road, electricity, good medical facility, good water supply, and affordable cost of living, while their children are in overseas studying and they are stealing our money. We will be crying about cost of living while they are busy increasing their salaries. Our politicians feel superior to be accountable to their paymaster, we the citizens. Fellow Africans, fellow Sierra Leoneans, it is really heart-rending. The maximum wage of Sierra Leoneans is about 800,000 to 900,000, while the politicians have no maximum wage. They increase their salary as they like. Fellow African, fellow Sierra Leoneans, we stand up for our rights. Politicians send our servants that we pay with our taxpayers' money, the police, the soldiers, to kill us. Fellow Sierra Leoneans, fellow Africans, our servants, the politicians, are more powerful, more than we, the paymaster, the citizens. Fellow Africans, fellow Sierra Leoneans, corruption and arbitrary harassment and detention of our citizens without any just cause have been legalized by our politicians, which is constitutionally violation of human rights to arbitrary arrest and detention of citizens. It is a violation of human rights and it is unconstitutional. But it has been legalized by politicians. Fellow Sierra Leoneans, killing of their paymaster, the ordinary citizen, for their democratic right to demonstrate, strike, and petitions of the government to shape the government have been our fellow Sierra Leoneans have been killed it has been legalized by the government. Fellow Africans, fellow Sierra Leoneans, removing of Sierra Leoneans from their job without retirement and removing of democratic elected MP has been legalized by our politicians in Sierra Leone. Fellow Sierra Leoneans, it is really pathetic. It is really pathetic that these things are happening in Africa, more especially Sierra Leone, where civilization, Western civilization started. Fellow Sierra Leoneans, fellow Africans, our people will be dying in poverty while they are busy collecting taxation to enrich themselves. It is really pathetic. They will be busy corrupting the country into region, tribe, political parties, while we will be shaking our coconut head behind them and fighting for them. It is really disheartening. Fellow Africans, we need to stand up, stand up, stand up. Freedom is coming now, not tomorrow. Freedom is now, now, now. Liberate Africa. Stand up for Africa. Stand up, stand up, stand up. We need to set a standard for our politicians. We need to embed certain rules and regulations into their manifestos that they should include that one by force. Yes, in all manifestos of politicians, we the citizens have to make our own manifesto that will be embedded in their own manifestos. We need to put the maximum wage of citizens in Sierra Leone. The maximum wage of citizens in Sierra Leone should be 3 million. Because our politicians are increasing their money without no limit, and we, the maximum wage, is just low there. The maximum wage of citizens should be 3 million. Fellow Sierra Leoneans, we need to stand up. We need to stand up. The maximum wage of citizens in Sierra Leone should be 3 million. Fellow Sierra Leoneans, there should be cost of living adjustments for the average citizen, and the basic necessities like food, shelter, should be reduced. Shelter, the price of building materials should be reduced, because now the average Sierra Leonean cannot build a shelter, cannot build a house because of the building materials. The prices are increased. The prices of food commodities are increased. Good drinking water facilities should be available to citizens. Good medical facilities should be available. It is their right. It is their democratic right. These are the reasons why people thought it fit that there should be government, a machinery which will carry the affair of the day. Fellow Sierra Leoneans, good road, it is their right, not, it is embedded by the Constitution, it is their right. Good electricity, it is their right. Good education, it is the right of citizens to have those things. Fellow Sierra Leoneans, we need to stand. We need to stand up for our rights. We need to stand up for our rights. We need to stand up for our democracy. Politicians should send their children to government school, government clinic, government public places to access public facilities. Fellow Sierra Leoneans, they should realize that the citizens are the paymaster and they should treat them with respect. Politicians should realize that the citizen, we are their paymaster. We are their paymaster and we should be treated with all due respect. Fellow Sierra Leoneans, the right of citizens to have electricity, good road, good medical facility, shelter, good drinking water, good education, it is our right to have it as citizens. That is why we set the machinery to carry the affair of the day, which is the government, to give us all those facilities. It is our right and not a privilege. It is our right to have it. That's why we are paying our taxation. That's why we are complying with all government proceedings for us to have these things. It is our right. Citizens must stand up to defend their rights. Citizens must stand up for their rights. Stand up for your democratic rights. It is your right as citizens to have good medical facility, to have good road, to have good electricity, to have good education, good drinking water, to have better shelter. It is your right to have cost of living adjustment for the ordinary citizen. It is their right because government is responsible to import commodities in our country to see that how the average citizen can have access to it. So it is our right embedded by the constitutions. We need to stand up. We need to stand up. The habitual arrest, the habitual removal or suspension of the MPs, we need to stand up. It is undemocratic. It is unconstitutional. They are elected as the same as the president. They are there to see that they play an oversight role, to see that they monitor, to see that they hold the government into accountability. They are our eyes in parliament. They are not supposed to be marginalized. They are not supposed to follow some kind of principle set by those politicians to catch them. They are not supposed to fall by those things because it is their right as citizens. It is our voice that we have already put onto those politicians. Fellow Sierra Leoneans, it is our right to desist from any habitual arrest and detention of our fellow citizens. It is not democratic. It is unconstitutional. We must desist from it. It is our right to have equal right before the court of law, irrespective of your political difference, irrespective of your financial status. It is our right to stand up and liberate our country from political slavery, from economical slavery. Our economy is not accessible to the ordinary citizen. We need to stand up. 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 Stand up to liberate our country. Fellow Sierra Leoneans, it is our right, and politicians should not deprive us from our rights. Thanks to all fellow African and fellow Sierra Leoneans. This is BASARAKA.
Mama, 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 mama. Wherever you dey, mama, 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 make you pray for me, mama, 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 because we don't tire, mama, 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 we don't tire for this oppression, mama, 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 that's why we dey ask for solution, mama, 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 mama. Police they kill us, oh, mama, 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 government tomorrow. What do we go tell our picking? Mama.